the Joker movie everyone's freaking out about.
Oh, Ian saw it, right?
Yeah, Ian, what'd you think about Joker?
I thought it was all right. It wasn't good enough to all the hysteria, but everyone's saying, "Oh, but it's really good." It just wasn't that good to me.
Dude,
Okay.
that's what I think. I think it's just probably a meh movie, but the hysteria around it is insane. I can't believe what I was reading. Well, apparently it debuted a few months ago at the Venice Film Festival, and it won an award there. Received an 8-minute standing ovation.
It didn't just win an award. It won the award.
It won the top prize.
Right.
So this is interesting. The movie is being slammed by most critics, yet the user reviews are very good. So you have a disconnect between the critics and the users, which you see sometimes.
It hasn't necessarily been getting slammed. A lot of critics have reviewed it favorably. They just always temper it with, but it's dangerous, you know?
Wait,
It's
hold
a
on.
dangerous movie.
That's not true. I was on Rotten Tomatoes yesterday. It's got 69%. So, I mean, it's not great. It's not horrible, but it's
bad,
not great.
though. Yeah, I mean, with the way Rotten Tomatoes works, like that means it's generally positive. You know?
But the audience score is 93%. So, like, there's a big difference in the Joker and Metacritic. I tend to like movies that have that disparaging difference. I am definitely curious about the movie. It's got a 57 on Metacritic, so that is quite bad. And the user score is 9.1, so yeah, there's a huge difference.
Well, I think a lot of people are rating it negatively, not necessarily on the merits of a film, but these people legitimately think this is like a dangerous film, and so they're giving it a thumbs down just on that basis.
Well, so here's some of the hysteria around it. They go, much of the pre-release discussion about Joker is centered on fears of mass shooting at screenings, with the U.S. military advising service members to be alert and local police departments posting officers outside theaters on opening weekend. And families of the 2012 movie theater shooting in Aurora where the guy dressed up as Joker. Fucking lunatic.
He did?
Yeah, dude.
No, he wasn't actually dressed up as the Joker.
Well, he dyed his hair. It was during a Batman screening, and he threw. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, the U.S. military issues warnings about Joker screenings. The warnings went out to service members and distributed of a bulletin from the FBI on the risk of possible violence alluded to in social media posts from incel extremists. The incel uprising is here, who have made threats to recreate the theater shootings in Aurora. Bro, these incels. I'm not one against eugenics, but I think we need to castrize these. I think we really need to castrate. We gotta do it. These black-pilled incels just need to have their balls chopped off.
Well, they're not using them.
Yeah,
anyways.
that's a good point. That's why they're upset.
Yeah.
He's like, take my balls. I never use them anyway. These black-pilled incels. How is this a thing? It's like a cult. This incel movement is fucking weird, dude. God. These, Jesus. These incels worship this guy, Elliot Rodriguez, who famously shot up UC Santa Barbara. And he released a video in his car talking about how I don't get women.
Right.
It's unfair. It's unjust.
So insane.
And he went and shot up a bunch of frat girls and guys. And they idolize him. Dude, God, just... that's like... That's so crazy that being such a pathetic virgin can make you want to shoot up a frat party. You know what's funny about Elliot Rodriguez? He wasn't even that bad looking. It's like, you're just a creep, bro.
It's Elliot Rodger.
Whatever, fuck him.
Well, Elliot Rodriguez is a journalist, so let's not...
Oh, you know who I'm talking about. But I find that these incels are not bad-looking guys generally. They just have such a fucked up... When you hear them talk about what they think they're entitled to, it's like if they just weren't so deep into incel and you just acted normal, people would want to touch your penis.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that complicated, dude. Anyway, they love the incels have been threatening violence at the Joker film, which I don't know why, because the Joker is supposed to be someone they sympathize. The Joker apparently is like an incel in the movie. Is that right, Ian?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He's-
you could see that.
He's a bit of an incel, and in the narrative of the film, it almost, let's say, romanticizes his descent to madness and violence, and so that's why they think that it's dangerous.
It's so
but
stupid though.
But I
How
think
is it any different than any other show about an anti-hero? You know what I mean? Than like Breaking Bad even. It's like you don't idolize Walter White, or at least you shouldn't. It's like there's lots of things about bad people that are like the main character.
right.
of
I
it.
mean,
It's
the Joker is the antithesis of a villain. He is the antithesis of a villain in the Batman series. He's a psycho. He's a psycho murderer.
antithesis of a hero, you mean? But yeah.
Yes, thank you. That's what I mean. Thank you, Dan. Hit me with that, actually, if you would, please, Zach.
Honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Honestly.
There are no specifics or credible threats at this time, and these events will be continued to be closely monitored, said the NYPD. Okay. The family of the Aurora shooting victims actually sent a letter to Warner Bros. CEO saying, I need to see a picture of... I just need to see I don't need to see a picture of him. I just need to see a picture... What are they saying?
What are you saying?
What I'm reading doesn't make sense. I don't need to see a picture of Holmes. I just need to see a Joker promo, and I see a picture of the killer. That sentence doesn't make any sense.
It must be a typo or something.
In an interview, Sandy Phillips says that Joker, which centered on the isolated and mentally ill anti-hero who became Batman's eventual arch nemesis, is like a slap in the face. She adds that she's concerned about audience connecting to and even emulating the film's protagonist in a cultural climate where mass shootings have become commonplace. My worry is that one person who may be out there and who knows if it's just one, who is on edge and who's wanting to be a mass shooter, may be encouraged by this movie, and that terrifies me. I mean,
They haven't even seen the movie because this was like from. It's like, how do you know that?
I mean, you could say the same thing about, like, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like a lot of hubbub about nothing. The director, Todd Phillips, and Joaquin Phoenix have both been repeatedly questioned regarding their perception of the film. Phillips has pushed back against the notion that the movie could be blamed for any real-life violence. He says, we're making a movie about a fictional character in a fictional world. Ultimately, and your hope is that people take it for what it is. You can't blame movies for a world that is so fucked up that anything can trigger it. Aurora is obviously a horrible, horrible situation, but even that is not something you blame on the movie. I saw John Wick 3. He's a white male and he kills 300 people and everyone's laughing and hooting and hollering. Why does that movie get held to a different standard?
Yeah, I'm confused on the whole thing too.
It's very weird. It's very weird. I mean, it's like a very politically motivated, strange thing. Phoenix walked out of an interview when asked whether Joker might inspire copycat behavior. I feel bad for Joaquin Phoenix. He's like, he gave it his all in this, and now it's like, well, what didn't? Well, he's like, dude, what did I do? He was asked if he was worried that the film might persuasively end up inspiring exactly the kind of people it's about, with potentially tragic results. The question caused Phoenix to mutter, "Why would you no?" The interview before walking out, only to return an hour later. Phoenix said that the question hadn't crossed his mind before, and then asked what an intelligent answer would have sounded like. In another, the actor said, I don't think it's the responsibility of a filmmaker to teach the audience morality or the difference between right and wrong. These comments provoked a new wave of backlash, with some people dunking on him.
Oh, no. That was from another part that got cut.
Well, then just forget about what I just said, you guys. So there you have it. I really don't see what's all the hubbub. It's just like Taxi Driver is a perfect another example of an violent psycho anti.
Or
I mean,
John Wick, like they said, John Wick. What's the difference?
This movie is like trying to be Taxi Driver, so it really is a
Taxi Driver
comparison.
was about an incel.
Yep.
He was obsessed, weird incel psycho. It's exactly the same, but we celebrate that movie as one of the best ever made.
The problem is not the movie. The problem is this reality right now with all the shootings.
Right.
I mean, the movie has nothing to do with it.
But I just love that the U.S. military is issuing warnings. It's like, what?
I mean, unless they know something.
No,
that-
they said they have no credible threats. But I guess there's just a bunch of incels on forums probably saying some dumb shit, and then everyone's got to trip out. What is wrong with these psychos?
I don't know.
How is there a whole group of these sick, pathetic? Man, they should just fuck each other. Just do that. If you're such a great catch, why don't you just fuck each other? You know what I mean? The incels would look at each other like, I would never fuck you. You're a disgusting dirtbag. Yeah, exactly. I'd love to see an
It's all
incel gangbang.
self-loathing, anyways. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like the involuntary part is wrong because it's like, it isn't involuntary. It's totally voluntary. Like you said, it's like if you just stop, if you just pull yourself out of this cycle of
Yeah.
self-hate, you know? Like you said, the Santa Barbara guy pulled up pictures of him. Like he's not a stud or anything, but he's not like,
Not
if
bad
he was
looking
just
by
a
any
normal
means.
person,
Yeah.
he would have had no problem landing a girl. So
I mean, he was fit.
yeah, it's like you
He's-
almost feel bad for them, but they are just like so awful that you can't help.
I
but
just-
kind of
I
If
mean-
anything, girls get it way harder with looks because guys look at actually the looks.
Well, that's
Of girls.
That's one of the ironies of these incels is
And-
that they're
and-
obsessed with beautiful girls.
right, exactly.
Right, because for girls, they'll look at anyone pretty much. It's not all about looks.
Look at my relationship with Ia, dude. Ia?
With
That's a
Ia,
first-
who's
with
Ia?
Ela.
Yeah.
That's that. If you guys are always dating out of their league.
I mean, that's
Girls are very forgiving.
I do think
true.
so. And I think that if anything, guys are the ones who are more obsessed with looks.
Well, I mean, the incels say it. They go, "Why are all these beautiful women? Why are they not dating me?" It's like I don't want to fuck a fat chick. I'd rather kill everybody at my school than fuck a fat chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean.
Cheers!
ugh.
Cheers.